5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Need your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Nearly 3 weeks after a UPS cargo plane crashed in Louisville, the NTSB released new images and some early details on those moments before disaster. ABC Sam Sweeney.
This airplane never had a chance, no matter what those pilots did. This was a catastrophic failure, and now they are focusing on metal fatigue cracks around the parts of that engine. And this is exactly why they grounded all of these other jets in the fleet so they can be inspected.
California preparing for another atmospheric river overnight, just days after a previous storm killed several people. ABC's Alex Stone.
A new storm will be fairly quickly moving overnight tonight. The flood threat is lower than the other storms in the past week, but the ground is already so saturated that mudslides and debris flow are still a worry here, especially in the areas that burned in January where the ground is fragile. It'll also bring snow in the mountains. But all this moisture is unusual in November in Southern California. Typically, this is the Santa Ana wildfire season, but thankfully not this year. Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
A former congressional staffer in New Jersey now facing criminal charges, including conspiracy, after she was accused of fabricating a violent attack against herself. According to the case, the 26-year-old woman allegedly paid a body modification artist to scar her before she claimed she had been tied up and assaulted in a politically motivated crime back inside of a park in July. She faces 10 years in prison if convicted. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, head dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
This is State Farm Agent John Wright. The smell of football is in the air, and the countdown to lifting championship trophies has begun. My award-winning team and I know the championship feeling, having supported high school football and local community events for over 30 years. If you want to know what it's like to be insured by the right team that is second to none, call me, John Wright, at 815-725-5052. Like a good neighbor, the John Wright team will be there when you need us.
It's the biggest savings event of the year. Menards, 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day. Save big money on everything you need for any project. We've got something for everyone. Homeowners, contractors, DIYers, the kids, and even grandma. Hurry, Menards 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day.
Save big money at Menards.
11% mail-in rebate is a merchandise credit check. Good on future in-store purchases. See Menards.com for details.
Miller Lite presents your Chicago football game day headquarters, Stony Point Grill in Mokina. This Sunday, Pittsburgh invades Chicago, and you can catch all of the game day action on over 65 flat screens at Stony Point Grill in Mokina, featuring $1 bone-in or boneless chicken wings, 1/2 chili point nachos for $8, along with $4.50 Miller Lite and Coors Light drafts, and $15 Miller Lite and Coors Light buckets. Stony Point Grill, 19031 Old LaGrange Road, Mokina. Celebrate responsibly.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things. Like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed. From small fixes to big upgrades. eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Are you a real estate agent ready to take your career to the next level? Tired of feeling like just another number in the office? It's time to join a brokerage that's invested in you, Exit Real Estate Specialist. At Exit, we don't just offer a desk, we offer growth, mentorship, and the tools you need to build lasting success. Led by Eddie Rudiger, designated managing broker. We focus on helping agents create generational wealth, not just close deals. Imagine having the support of cutting-edge technology, top-tier training, and a culture where your success is celebrated. Plus, with Exit's unique residual income opportunities, you're not just earning commissions, you're building your future. Ready to grow? Ready to thrive? Join Exit Real Estate Specialists today. Call Eddie Rudiger directly at 815-823-5478 or visit www.exitrealestatespecialist.com to learn more. Your future in real estate starts here.
It's time for Pigskin Preview. Coaches, players, fans, and experts. You get them all right here on Pigskin Preview. Powered by State Farm agents John Wright and Drew Mormon. On 1340 WJOL.
And good evening and welcome. It is the Week 13 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports. EDGYTIM, along with the coach Joe Rodegaro, Evan Bredesen, and we are here to raise stupidity to a higher level. Joe?
Yes, sir.
Welcome aboard. Great to have you back. And,
yes.
You know, we haven't talked very much lately, so it's good to finally have you in person. It's been a wonderful, stress-free week for all of us.
Yes,
and,
yes.
Gosh darn it, we're just looking forward to talking a little high school football tonight.
That's all, yeah.
This edition and every edition of this ridiculously stupid show brought to you by our tremendous State Farm agents, Drew Mormon in Lamont and John Wright in Joliet, like a good neighbor, Joe.
State Farm is there.
Our broadcast schedule, well, you need to be flexible, folks.
Yes, you do.
Our broadcast schedule is as follows. Saturday, 1 o'clock in Class 5A. Well, the boys just didn't even move the equipment. They just left it there from last week. Pulling up, going back to Providence. Oak Forest comes into town to take on the Celtics on the Emerald Isle. 1 o'clock kickoff. Oh, but that's not it, folks.
No, not at all.
Joe, the Dwyers, going to hop in the helicopter, fly over to Wilmington, and they will be bringing you the 2A game of El Paso Gridley, making the trip over to Wilmington to take on the Wildcats. The beatdown begins at 5 o'clock. So by all means, join us.
Yes.
Won't you please?
Yes, please.
815-254-7300. There's a ridiculous amount of people watching this live.
They don't have anything else to do?
Folks, come on. The Hallmark Channel is cranking with Christmas stuff. What are you doing?
Kitchen's on tonight, too, isn't it?
There's something going on. There's NFL going on. But we are thrilled that you decide to spend a portion of your Thursday night with us here on 1340 WJOL. Plenty of guests, Joe.
Yes, sir.
Jeff Reitz will join us. We'll talk about those Wilmington Wildcats. George Chart finally finished the beatdown on Barrington. He will join us tonight. Alan Thorson from Morris will talk about going up to Montini. And Tyler Plants from Providence joining us as well. We will talk to him and preview his game of the week. And, Joe, we've got 4 left.
Yes.
Surprise, not surprise?
Not surprised.
Yeah, I think we all kind of had a not great feeling. Your game of the week was Providence. Close for a half. It was close for a half.
Yeah, actually, Washington went out front and their quarterback scored on a 1-yard rush. There was a pass down deep to one of the running backs, and the way people reacted on the sideline, I couldn't see it. I thought he did catch it. Some people said he rolled underneath it. And then the quarterback went in, but then the extra point was blocked. And that was only a prelude what we were going to see later on in the game. But then in the second quarter, and then with the 2:10 mark of the first quarter, Mackridge scored from 4 yards out, extra point good, 7-6. There was no scoring in the second quarter, but there was a blocked field goal attempt by Providence, a couple different turnovers. But in the second half, Providence hit fourth gear. They were 5 for 5.
That's kind of getting it done.
And used first play of the second half Mackert went 80 yards for a touchdown, and that just took the air out of the balloon for Washington right there.
Yeah.
And after that, it was just, Vita threw an 18-yard touchdown pass to Stubbs, and McKay had a 3-yard rush. Then Coleman came in motion from a wide receiver, got a handoff and went 12 yards. And then Vlasic, 43-yard field goal ended, and it was 39-6. Just total domination by Providence in the second half.
All right, this goes for everyone in the studio. This also goes for everyone at home, okay? Are you listening? You ready? Everyone that had Oswego versus Lockport in the semifinal, raise your hand. Yeah, that's what I thought. Wow. How about that, boys, huh?
Yep.
Outstanding. Lockport, like I said, Joe, I called you after I watched the film of that game, and, man.
They were good.
They were physical. Guys, I haven't seen a team that physical in a while. And Lockport just took it to Barrington. And Oswego, I watched their game with Maine South. And, Joe, this number 10 for Oswego, man, we're going to talk to George Chark because this dude was everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. Mariano Velasco is his name, and he was an all-state choice for Brian Cooney as well. And he had a tremendous game. But that, Joe, is going to be a great ball game Saturday night, no doubt.
I agree.
Isn't it kind of interesting that in this era of spread, up-tempo, let's throw it as much as we can, push it down the field, it's about speed and athleticism. Here are two teams who are fundamentally built in almost a very old-school way. Yes. They can throw if they need to, and they can spread. Both these teams can spread if they have to, but their identity as a team is that of physical.
Yep.
It's about old school smash mouth style. We're going to play defense. You're not going to score touchdowns. On offense, we're going to move the chains. We're going to grind the clock. If we have the ball, it means you can't score. It's this thinking that has, in the last decade, kind of went out of style. And now I feel like in the last couple of years, it's kind of come back in force a little bit. And these two teams are prime examples of it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 815-254-7300. Would love to hear from you. Greg from Tinley, I hope you're out there, man. We're thinking of you. Yep. It was not a great way for you to end your season for sure. But, Joe, I tried telling people. I tried.
Yep, you were correct.
Tried to tell you how good that Mount Carmel team is this year, and they're awfully, awfully good.
Edgy, where do they rank all-time for you? Because that conversation's being had. Is this one of the best teams you've ever seen talent-wise?
I had this conversation at the beginning of the year and said, as far as I'm concerned, this is the most talented roster Mount Carmel has ever had. And I've been following it, the 30 years I've been covering. And I remember going with my dad to Gately to watch Mount Carmel. And they've always had great players, but Joe, not at this level.
Yeah, they've got players all over the field. I mean, all over the field.
Yeah, so, again, at 815-254-7300, we have this slot, and then we will also have the 745 slot open for phone calls and comments. Also, hello, everybody watching online.
Yes.
Welcome aboard, and if you have questions or comments, we will throw them in as part of the show as well, so appreciate you guys as well. Out to the phone lines, and yes, Joe, our guy Greg from Tinley joins us.
What a great guy.
Hello, Greg.
Oh, you guys, I was in pain Saturday.
I know.
Yeah, it was tough. I'll tell you, last year I think was a tougher loss, though, because, I really thought they had a good chance of beating Loyola. I thought Loyola's secondary was vulnerable, and, East had it going their way for a while there. So that was a tougher loss. This one, after the first 2 or 3 possessions, you could see what was going on. I'll tell you, Mount Carmel is one of the, I can't think of a better team that I've seen in high school football.
Yeah. There's no, Greg, there's no doubt. And I try to tell people, too, you really, I don't know, I didn't go back and watch the TV broadcast because obviously I was there, but, and I've told Joe this, you had to see it up close in person to see the size difference across the board.
Yeah.
I mean, it was incredibly different.
No, you could see it on television, too. And there were times that East defense did get pressure on them, but that quarterback, that Dowling, he's just...
You're right.
He killed them.
Some of the moves he put on, even my lovely bride, we were watching the game, she goes, oh, my God. I go, Yeah, that kid is really good.
The first touchdown pass, I think that made it 14-0, was to Burrell. He was double teamed. I have no idea how he fit that ball in. I have the video and I have still pictures of it. Somehow he fit it in between the two guys. Unbelievable.
I said, Greg, that ball that was inside of a teacup.
Yeah.
Right,
Unbelievable.
You know, that was the other thing. I thought East defensive backs played very well.
Yeah.
But it's just, they have so much, Mount Carmel has so much talent. You know, it's not just the lines.
Yep.
It's their backfield, their quarter. You can go right down the line. I really didn't see any weak spots. Last year against Loyola, I thought Loyola's secondary was vulnerable. And East proved it by scoring just about every time they had the ball. But this year, there were no openings out there.
And what's interesting, Greg, to watch as we move on, and I have a feeling you're going to see Mount Carmel in the final. You're also going to see Brother Rice in the 7A final. Defensively, Brother Rice might be their equal. So I'm interested for you to watch that and see what you think, because Brother Rice defensively is very, very good this year. So
I've heard that. Yeah, I haven't seen them, but I've heard that. You know, if I was East, I would start playing some of these Catholic League teams in the non-conference games to begin the year. Let's get the feel of what they are.
I think that is something that is definitely worth bringing up and talking about, Greg, for sure. I think you've got to find a way to, you know, maybe we'll see a conference change in a year or two, Greg, because it's very fluid out there. There's a lot of talk. There's a lot of things going on. By the way, Joe, the DuPage Valley has a plan for next year, but if I tell you, I'd have to kill you. So
I don't want that.
But
It's Thanksgiving next Thursday.
Right. I don't want to ruin your Thanksgiving.
Don't
Joe.
ruin my
I
Thanksgiving.
think too highly of death to take you away from Thanksgiving. So.
Oh boy, be waiting to hear about that one.
Oh yeah. So the DVC has a plan for what they're going to do next year. But I'm not sure. I haven't heard a lot of rumblings about the Southwest Suburban. So we'll see what happens. But it could be something, Greg, where in a year or two we might see a different conference alignment. We'll see. Maybe it helps.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
You know, it's fluid, that's for sure. We want competition.
Yep.
And if that's what we got to do to get it, you know, let's do it.
So
and another thing, just before I go.
Yeah.
I saw Lockport a couple of weeks ago with you, Coach. I was out there, and I think the same thing about them. Tough outfit. Love it.
Yeah.
You know, they play physical.
And they're healthy.
Happy Thanksgiving, Greg, to you and your family.
Yes.
We will be back, by the way. We will be back for a finale show the Thursday after Thanksgiving. So it's December 4th. We'll be here. We'll do a 2-hour wrap-up. Hopefully we'll have a state champion or two to welcome in, and we'll do it up that way. So.
Okay.
All right, friend.
All right, Greg. Have a good Thanksgiving.
You too, boys.
Thank you.
Greg drops out. And what we're going to do is we're going to step aside and take a break. When we come back, we'll go out to the phone lines. Jeff Reentz will join us from Wilmington. We will break down those Wilmington Wildcats. Welcome to the Week 13 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News, Talk, Sports.
It's football season, ladies and gentlemen, and that means game time. And just like your favorite team, you need the right defense. At the Drew Mormon State Farm Agency, located in Lamont and proudly serving the surrounding areas, we've got your back. From auto, home to life insurance, my team and I will help you make the winning play. And that's saving money while protecting what matters most. So don't wait for the fourth quarter. Switch today. Call the Drew Mormon Agency at 708-799-8020.
Give thanks this holiday season with Burcott's Thanksgiving Catering Package. Serves 10 people for just $129.99. Choose your entree, oven-roasted turkey breast, Burcott's own glazed baked ham, or Burcott's famous fried chicken. Includes spinach dip tray with King's Hawaiian rolls, creamy mashed potatoes and gravy, traditional green salad, stuffing, cranberry sauce, and pumpkin pie. Or do the cooking yourself and pre-order a fresh Jimmy O turkey. Burcott's Superfoods. Fresh, friendly, focused on you. 20 area stores. BurcottFoods.com.
Guys don't propose with a ring that she didn't pick out. Trust us, she already has a ring in mind. So engage with Gage Diamonds, in person or online, where Gage's skilled ring designers will work with her to create the perfect setting, matched with the perfect stone. Gage specializes in exquisite lab-grown diamonds. Financing available. GageDiamonds.com. We're engagement's middle name.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensate for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-578-3203. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-578-3203. That's 800-578-3203. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
High school football on 1340 WJOL.
And welcome back. It is the semifinal edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL. Will County's News Talk Sports. EDGYTIM along with the coach, Joe Rodegaro, Evan Bredesen behind spinning the dials. Gentlemen, lots of questions on our live YouTube stream, Joe. Just tons of them. People want to talk about Batavia, Brother Rice, talking about Lockport, and obviously some Wilmington mentions in there as well. And, well, we might as well just go to the guy in charge, Joe.
the head guy. Yeah, the guy who can answer all our questions.
He is our friend. He is, Joe, I think he's a couple of games within a very big round number in his coaching career.
We'll
bring him in now.
I've got it exactly.
Our friend Jeff Reeds from Wilmington. Good evening, sir.
Hey, guys. How we doing tonight?
Good.
We're doing good. You don't think we follow those things, huh? We don't keep track of those things like wins?
Well, I'm going to tell you, Jeff, I actually did some more homework tonight.
Look at you, Coach.
This is Coach's 32nd year. I want to know what happened that first year. I just want to know what happened there. He's had one losing season in 32 years.
Wow.
He is 296 and 66. That's pretty good, my friend.
I tell you what, fellas. Thank God Wilmington High School survived me being a first-year head coach when I was 24 years old. It was,
you know what?
and yeah.
Here's what it is, because we're all part of this. Thank God for lowered expectations, Jeff. We've all made careers.
Yeah,
I'm betting on you guys. Yeah, that's great. No, I appreciate you guys bringing that up, but you guys know as well as I do, true team effort, and despite not too many head coaches that have assistant coaches that have been with them for 32 years, and I'm fortunate to have 3 or 4 guys with me like that, and then I got former, like a lot of guys that have been in it a long time. You have former players now that help you out. You have coaches that have been with you 15, 20 years. And, it's very fortunate to be surrounded by good people. But thank you for that. I appreciate it.
I'm gonna credit you for another trend. The 5 o'clock start time. All of a sudden, every other team is 5 o'clock starts now. I think you were one of the first.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure, but we obviously we love being playing at night, and the earlier the better. Obviously on a Saturday, and we used to do the 6, 7 o'clock ones, and then like particularly small high school, you got long travel, and so we work with schools, and it just so happens that 5 o'clock ends up being a good time for everybody.
So ironically, Joe, the one team with the most travel. Take a guess what time they're playing Saturday.
1 o'clock?
Yeah. Yeah. So, it's unbelievable sometimes. Like schools that are like 10 miles away, like will play at 5 o'clock on Saturday. Sorry, Coach. I'm a little bitter about it. Not towards you.
I got you. I got you.
So, you're playing an El Paso Gridley team. Had a very, very good season. Obviously, they're all good teams getting into the semifinals. The thing that I'm interested in your thoughts is, look, I mean, we follow your games. We see the reports on your games. You really haven't offensively. You're scoring in 2-3 play series. Do you almost want to get pushed a little?
Well, obviously, I'm gonna take the big plays that we can get.
No, I know.
No doubt about that. But it's a per game, and you guys know this. Per game, you kind of get a feel for, hey, where are we? How do we stack up against our opponent? How are they going to play us? One thing I think what's unique about us and what Barry Southall does a great job for us, all offensive coordinator-wise, and our coaches is you try to get a feel for the defense that you're going to get. And then a lot of the times we get a little bit of a different defense, so how quick can we adjust? And with this group, because we've been able to, we got a lot of veterans on that offensive line, 2- and 3-year starters. We're able to adjust. Those kids really adjust on the fly. And so I think that's been a big part of the big plays. Now, you throw in Kettman, you throw in Couples, you throw in Kachuk, our sophomore running back, and you got some running backs there that can make guys miss and things along those lines. But we're playing a very good El Paso team coming up. Obviously, they're 12-0. Their D coordinator, Brian Hassett, is a name that we all know around here.
Yep.
And used to be head coach at Streeter. He does a phenomenal job. So he's going to have a great plan for us, and then we're going to have to adjust the same thing. But right now, I think our experience is the biggest thing that sticks out for us to have that success.
Yeah, they've got a lot of underclassmen on their roster, and although they've got some, Owen Adams, their quarterback, is a big dude, 6'3", 195, and I don't know if it's his brother or his cousin is the running back, and he receives the ball, and they have that one receiver, I think it's Maxon, who I think is their big play guy. So they've got some weapons on offense.
They have a lot of weapons on offense, and they're going to run a spread attack, and they're going to spread you out. They're going to force you to make one-on-one plays. Tanner Benedict down there does a really good job. He came through the El Paso system and went to school there, so he's a hometown guy. And you guys, you've seen this at other schools where the first year of having a ton of success, you know what that excitement brings for a community.
Yes.
And they're going to bring up a ton of people, and it's going to be a great atmosphere up at our place. And they are young, and so they got a lot of this year and next year and the year after. They got a lot of good football coming their way.
Yes, they do.
And so, but they're a very good football team. Obviously, they wouldn't be in the semifinals if they weren't. A ton of respect for them and for what they're doing, and another big test for us. And let's see if we can pass that test.
The more highlights I see, it seems like the more Harleys that are making it on the field for the pregame. Is there like a pecking order, or is there like a list for people that want to bring their Harleys out and lead the kids out onto the field? Because it just seems to be getting bigger, Jeff.
Last week we set a record. I think it was 56 or 57.
Well, there you go.
And I think there's a little bit of who's in the line where is a big thing, because some of our guys have been there every game.
Yep.
We've been fortunate this year. This is game 9 for us at home, and we were, because of the Lyle didn't play varsity football this year. We ended up getting a home game that weekend against Thornton, and so that was 6 home games for us. Now we get 3 playoff games, and so we've had a lot of home games, and obviously we're fired up to be playing at home in the semifinal. But no, your motorcycles will be ready to go on Saturday night.
It is, Joe, I'm telling you, to this day, it's one of the best pre-games going.
I mean, I was down there for the first playoff game. I get excited just hearing those things rev up. And speaking of that, Jeff, the the seniors like the Ketmans and some of the and Oland and some of these other guys, it's probably, you know, a little sentimental for them the last time they're going to walk through those woods and hear those motorcycles and have the fans come on. It's very exciting for them to be in that situation to play their last home game in a semifinal.
You know what, Joe? You bring up a great point there, and we talked about our kids. It's like a true senior night for everybody. You know, it's the last time that this group's going to take the field, and I always tell the kids as we're going through the season, hey, you know, I can give you so many games, you get so many chances. Well, you know, I can truly tell them this is it. We're not going to be able to play on this field again and be in this atmosphere as this group together. And you know, and we talked about that, and obviously our kids understand that too, and they're going to be fired up for that. I'm sure El Paso will be ready to go also, but no, we've talked about that, Joe, for sure, and we want to make sure that our effort is making sure that that's the best effort that we can give, especially on this last time playing on that field where there's so many memories and things along those lines.
Jeff, I want to talk about earlier this week, my friend Matt Bowen. A lot of people know Matt, ESPN, does a lot of stuff. He's been coaching at IC Catholic.
IC, yeah.
Years, yep. And he was on the radio, on the Score the other day and talked about his experience as a high school football coach and how his thought has changed about winning and the experience of high school. And he really, really touched a nerve and talked about, you know, being on the losing side and how it comes so fast and it goes away just as fast as it got there. You've been on both sides, and I've tried to express this for years that you really have to understand and watch both sides at the end of a game, where you obviously have elation on one side and then you have the utter disappointment on the other side. And we talk about life lessons all the time, and we're big on that. You know, hey, this is a life lesson. But talk about your experience on both sides of that and having to kind of keep your kids even keeled and on the path and just the life lessons and the learning lessons that come from those experiences.
I've met Matt. We played IC a couple times. He hits it right on the head with that conversation, and he it goes both ways. It's something that after a couple playoff games that we've won, you know, you're elated, but it doesn't take long to look to the other side of the field and you see kids in tears. You see parents coming out to hug their sons and you know, just because they shared such a great experience. And it's over. You know, you go 100 mile an hour, you're going, and even from a coach's standpoint of view, and then all of a sudden, wham, it hits that hey, it didn't work out tonight, you know, and that's going to finish the career. I still remember we got beat by Providence at Morris in my senior year, and I still remember that night all the way through, and it was tough. It was tough walking off that field. I talk to our kids about this all the time. You're either on the inside of the fence or you're on the outside of the fence. If you're on the inside of the fence, that means you're part of the team. You're part of it. And I go, and there's almost two boundaries. There's an inside of the fence, and there's an inside of the white lines. If you can walk inside of those white lines and play, you need to do the best you can, because you never know when you're going to be able to get that back. And so we talk to our kids about that, and it's tough. It's tough. And I also tell our kids, though, this. If there's not a lot of emotion involved, then it probably wasn't worth it. And very rarely have we not had a ton of that, you know, in the last game type of situation. But I think I heard a little bit about this before. I think it's a great conversation to have, and he hit it right on the head. It's tough, and you guys get emotionally involved with high school football. Let alone, you know, all the kids and the coaches and even in our little small community here, we try to do the best we can and to keep those relationships, you know, throughout the rest of their lives. And but when it comes down to that last game and the last time you're going to take all those pads, that can be up there.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, hey, Appreciate your time as always, my friend. One thing I can guarantee you, we will not talk to you next Thursday unless you really want us to. But, you might be a little busy. We're going to be a little busy, but
I'll talk to you after the game, though, Jeff.
Yeah. Yep. Best of luck,
That sounds
Jeff,
good, guys.
And hopefully
we got a great. Yeah, I appreciate it. We got a great challenge in front of us with El Paso. But as always, I appreciate you guys having us on. Okay.
Yep. You got it.
Good luck, Jeff.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Jeff Reens joins us from Wilmington, Joe, and it's a part of the game that I think that maybe the casual fan doesn't realize or recognize. Once the game's over, they get up and get out of there. But it's pretty. It can be pretty heavy.
Those are the hardest talks to have because there's only one state champion, and you just tell the kids how proud you were of them, and it's I'll never forget in 95 we got beat in the regional. We won the championship in 94, and we had a really good team in 95, and we got beat in the regional final, and the kids are crying and stuff.
Yeah.
I said, fellas, nothing is easy in life.
Yep.
I says, when you think you got it by the rear end, it comes up to bite you sometimes.
Yep.
And it just happens.
I still go back on YouTube because the IHSA has done an amazing job of uploading a lot of the old state final playoff broadcasts from every class, from every year. If you want, you can go on YouTube and find them. And around this time of year, I pull up my time at Joliet Catholic, like the 01, 03, 04. And my wife, she didn't play sports. She wasn't in athletics. She'll say like, ugh, these games again. She's like, and she asked me, she goes, does it really mean, because I didn't even play. I was just a student at the time, but she'll ask like, it really means that much? I'm like, Jen, those games and those successes are why I fell in love with high school football.
Yeah.
It's why when I went into college and everyone was covering college football and I went, I'll cover the high school beat. I'll take the high school beat. And I never wanted to give it up because of those early successes and those early feelings and those memories. And it means something to people. It's difficult to explain, but it means something.
All right, Joey, homework. What's your thought on Wilmington and El Paso Gridley?
Wilmington by at least 3 scores. At least.
Yeah.
I just, watching them in their first game and just watching them on film, and you guys get tired of me saying this, even out there in TV land, you can look at them on film. You can look at them on film on offense and say, well, we should be able to stop this. You can look at them on defense, but until you get on that grass, then you really know what Wilmington's all about.
Yep. No doubt about it.
They're young. This El Paso team, you know Joe as well as anyone. When it comes to experience, you can't mimic it. You can't duplicate it. There's nothing you can do in the course of 6 days to get a bunch of sophomores and juniors ready for a football game against a bunch of seniors who are on a mission and have been for about since this time last year.
Right.
And to me, that's a very difficult thing to simulate, is that gap in experience.
And Jeff in the past has talked us about legacies and stuff like that. These guys want to keep that legacy going.
No doubt about it. All right, we're going to step aside and take a break. When we come back, don't go anywhere. George Chart will join us. We'll talk about cooking. We'll talk about all kinds of fun stuff with George. And we might get around a little football, too. You're listening to the semifinal edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News, Talk Sports.
When you're hungry, like so many on the streets of Joliet and Will County are, any act of kindness can make a huge difference.
We ate so much, and, they say how we're appreciated. And I say, no, bless you. You guys are the blessings.
Weight was lifted off of me for the first time in a long time. It felt like I could actually feel like a real human again.
To have a meal like that was the world.
This Thanksgiving, you can provide life-changing meals and care, and each meal is possible with every $2.56.
My life has done a 180-degree turn.
A meal may cost just $2.56, but it can provide hope, and a bright future can begin with a meal.
Yeah, it started with a plate of nachos, and hopefully it's going to end with
with my associate's degree.
At just $2.56 a meal, how many meals can you provide this Thanksgiving at Morningstar Mission? Give today at morningstarmission.org.
Between all the holiday parties,
Weekend tailgates,
and family get-togethers. Oh, they're here. Hey, we need something to drink.
we've been overindulging a little more than usual. Thank goodness we both added active liver to our diets to give our livers some much-needed support so we have the energy we need to enjoy the holidays.
Active Liver from New Nordic contains a powerful blend of turmeric, milk thistle, and globe artichoke extract designed to give your liver maximum protection and help it do vital jobs like removing toxins from alcohol, rich foods, and sweets.
Try Active Liver today and enjoy all the holiday treats with the peace of mind of knowing you're giving your liver some relief.
Find Active Liver online at Amazon, Vitacost.com, or iHerb.com. Or pick it up today at CVS, Meijer Grocery, or ShopRite. Enjoy life to the fullest with Active Liver.
When I asked Scott Lucky if his last name had anything to do with his success in the trucking industry, he laughed and said, well, Mike, I guess you could say I've always been lucky. But when I asked him how he and his family grew Lucky Distribution Services into the company it is today, he didn't talk about luck at all. We work hard, he said. We keep a close eye on the bottom line, and we treat our people the right way. In other words, Scott Lucky makes his own luck, which is precisely why he switched to Pure Talk Business. Last month, I paid the big guys $740 for 12 lines, he told me. This month, I paid Pure Talk $420 for the exact same service. Thousands of businesses all over the country are saving real money by switching to America's most dependable 5G network, and luck has nothing to do with it. Just dial pound 250 and say micro. That's pound 250 micro to switch to a wireless company that works as hard as you do. Pure Talk.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8 year old? Listen closely for an exciting offer. Then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month. Then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensate for their testimonials. Sponsored by Age of Learning.
I'm April. And I'm Amy. And we're the owners of Immediate Cure. Happy holidays from Immediate Cure. No matter the season, our 4 convenient locations, including eKids Pediatric Quick Care, are open 12 hours a day, even on holidays. So your family never misses a moment together. Walk in or save your spot online and experience care that's fast, friendly, and focused on you. This holiday season, let Immediate Cure take care of the sniffles so you can take care of the fun. When your family's in need, trust the E.
High school football on 1340 WJOL.
And welcome back. It is the semifinal edition. The episode before the last episode, if you will, of Pigskin Preview.
Yes.
Here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports. EDGYTIM, along with the coach, Joe Rodriguero, Evan Bredesen, and this edition and every edition of Pigskin Preview brought to you by State Farm agents John Wright in Joliet and Drew Mormon in Lamont. Like a good neighbor, Joe.
State Farm is there.
Broadcast schedule is as follows. Saturday, 1 o'clock kickoff. Providence hosting Oak Forest. Then the boys will hop in the helicopter, fly over to Wilmington, and they will turn around and cover Wilmington hosting El Paso Gridley at 5 o'clock. Coach Joe?
Yes, sir.
There's another big game over in Oswego Saturday night.
There is?
There is, and it includes our friend George Tart and the Lockport Porters, who joins us on the phone. Sir, good evening.
Good evening, gentlemen. Thank you for having us again.
All I can tell you is that I am more and more proud of you every week, not because of the wins, but because of the increased cell phone usage. Very proud.
Yeah. Becoming like another thumb. I just got 3 thumbs now.
We all knew you needed one. So.
Yeah, I got a call from Reggie. I'm like, can you, or Tuesday, get a hold of George, will you?
I don't take it personally, George.
Our cell phones work, right, George?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Anything right along there.
How's the week gone so far, health-wise?
Oh, good, great. As far as that goes, it's been a great week. I'm sure, people that get to experience it know how lovely it is to be practicing this time of the year.
Yep.
It's a great feeling walking out there. And yeah, our injury situation is fine with just the nicks and bruises from a physical game, But other than that, we're pretty healthy.
George, you started out last week, blocking a punt and a 54-yard touchdown right off the bat. And the defense, as you and I talked a little bit this week, but defensively, it was like, I'm going to say men versus boys. You guys did a tremendous job. They had a running back close to 2,000 yards. I mean, they had a lot of offensive weapons.
They got nothing going.
And you guys just absolutely stuffed them offensively with your defense. And we talked a little about they had 210 total yards and 73 rush and 137 pass. And as I said to you, I don't know if you watched the tape again, but I don't think they got inside the 30-yard line. I know there was an interception about the 15 or 12-yard line, but offensively, they didn't get inside the 30-yard line from what I saw.
Yeah, I think the first drive they got close, and then they got hit with a holding call on it, and they went backward from there. Yeah, but you're correct. We did a great job of keeping things in front and playing very physical. All around, every level. The linebackers and the defensive backs were coming up and keeping things in front. And after a while there, it looked like their receivers were kind of worried about where our DBs were instead of the ball. And it was the kind of football that, we've been trying to talk them into doing all year long. And it's nice to see them, playing physical like that at the right time.
Yes.
Has it, again, you'd love to say it all came according to plan, but have you continued to see bits and pieces of those things you just talked about, or things that you worked on early in the year that they've really bought in, and all of a sudden all these things are just kind of picked up one after the other, and I guess that's called momentum, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. No, yeah, momentum, growth, experience, maturity. You can think of a bunch of different names of what to call it, but in the end, that's what we're doing. There's we're watching film, and I usually pick out, up to 40, 30 plays that we need corrections on. And here I was having a hard time of really picking a play that, I could pick apart. We just watched the whole film and kind of enjoyed it defensively and saw that, hey, look what happens when you do things right. And it was a nice, different experience to watch that, And at this time of the year, it's give and take. The other team is going to have their share of plays like we had in our first two playoff games. There was a lot of corrections to be made, partly in due because how good the other team was, but we just seem to be clicking on all cylinders this past week.
One of the big questions I have for you, have you gotten off the turf and gone onto the grass this week?
Yeah, because the grass is, there's a little patch of grass before you get on the field, and that's about it. I got to cross it.
So no.
When I walk into the bleachers, some of our guys went in there, but I'm not a big believer in making excuses up front for our kids. We played in the grass before, and we go out there, and there are certain elements to our game where we have to be on the field of grass when the field gets too crowded and we want more space, so we'll go out in the grass. But other than that, no, we have not made a special concerted effort to go out into the grass, and you better not have just jinxed me either.
It's all his fault, George.
Fault, George.
All his fault. That's what I tell him all year. It's all your fault.
Yeah.
Offensively, you guys have been, I think very good, especially last week with the 1-2 punch in the backfield with Metcher and Miller. And what I've seen out of your quarterback, and we saw him in week, was it 3 against Homewood Flossmoor? He took a lot of sacks running out of bounds, and I saw against HF, and even this game he didn't have to do too much of that, but his growth from that game on as far as just getting rid of the ball instead of taking a sack or running out of bounds for a big loss.
Yeah, he's such an exciting guy to play. He never wants to give up and run out of bounds. We had to kind of, well, at least in my mind, I had to kind of say something to him. I don't think our offensive coaches were too worried about it, but he at times wants to run over people too. I just, hey, come on, live to play another play. But he's such an exciting player. His maturity and his growth as far as how to handle the ball and what to do with it has gotten so much better. As you mentioned, he's thrown a couple ill-advised passes early on in the year, and we don't see that right now. He's really in control of the ball. He's got a good handle on it. He's making good reads, and he's making the incredible cuts, and he's got like eyes behind his head at times when he's running the football. But he's doing a great job of running our offense. Make no mistake, he is running our offense.
When I look at your program and what you guys have been able to accomplish this year, and the style and the way you play the game, I see Oswego, George, and I see a lot of similarities. I really do. I see two programs that kind of, their defense is their calling card, and they play physical, and they really get after it. Do you see that as well out of them?
Well, yeah, I kind of noticed the same thing when I dressed our kids. I thought they were a team that, might not be exactly a carbon copy, but in philosophy and generalities, yes, we like to play good defenses. We both like to control the ball, running it, but we both have the ability to throw the ball if need be. And, we both know how important the kicking game is. So, yes, I agree with you 100% when it comes down to that we are kind of identical in philosophies is the way that pans out.
I know that, and it was interesting because I talked to Brian Cooney over the summer, and he had mentioned, well, we're young, and they really came into the year young this year, but, they've obviously, just like you, some things have come together at the right time. And what are the concerns? What are a couple of things, George, that they do really well that you guys have to be aware of going into the game?
Well, from my side of the view, from my side of the ball, they have, like you said, they have, I refer to them as a bevy of running backs where they have, around three to four guys that carry the ball. And each one is good in its own right. They bring something different to the table. And then, right when you think you might have to shut down and load the box for the run, all of a sudden they're throwing a ball over your head. And that's the scary thing, how quickly they can score. With, like you mentioned earlier, number 10 and number 1 are two fast and exciting players to watch. The one that goes both ways, number 10, the Allstate player. Oh, what a player
he's really
he is.
Lesko, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Lesko, yes, and he is very exciting. He'll get down the field and he'll just come up with the ball. And when he's on the other side of the ball, their defense, he's making interceptions and taking it back to the house too. So, they're physical up front. They rally to the ball very nicely. They play good coverage. Like I say, they kind of employ the same stuff in a way that we kind of do. They can break on the ball and they can hit you when you do catch it. So it's going to be an exciting game. And their kicker is another weapon that I think they have. In number 86, he can boot that ball. Both punting and kicking. Yep. So it's like you said earlier, we've got to be able to control the ball. Someone mentioned that it's hard for the other team to score, when you have the ball and you're running it and controlling it with the run. That's kind of true, but they find a way to intercept, get the turnovers, and score on their defensive side of the ball too. So, there's no time to relax playing this Oswego team. Not at all.
No, not at all. Hey, appreciate it as always, you taking time to join us. And again, good luck.
Yeah, good luck, George.
Yeah, I just it's gonna be a great game. I got some guys with Michael Pratt. It's been with us for 4 years, and Bernardis with 3, and Labuda with 3, and all our seniors. It's been a great and some of our coaches. Mark Carmen's been with us for a while, so it's going to be a very, very exciting and emotional night for us.
No doubt. All right, George, go get them.
Yeah, good luck, George.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, buddy.
George Sharp joining us from Lockport, and Joe, it's going to be a dandy.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be, turnovers are going to be a big thing, and as George mentioned, some of these specialties are going to be huge also.
some of the fans out on YouTube Live, they're making comments. One of them, Steve Gonzalez, who we know, Coach Gonzalez for years, said, hey, us at Manuka, we didn't see this coming out of Oswego, getting all the way there. So, yeah, don't worry, Coach. We're a lot of us are right there with you. We didn't see this matchup, but Evan, just two very similar style programs, and rock 'em, sock 'em.
Yeah, I think the other thing, too, and this is a testament to someone we talked to earlier in the show in Jeff Reentz. You have Coach Cooney at Oswego. You have George Chart at Lockport. You've got Alan Thorson coming up at Morris. Tyler Plants is on his way at Providence. These are men who have dedicated their lives to the sport of high school football. And we see a lot of Johnny-come-latelys. We see a lot of people use it as a stepping stone. We see a lot of people use it as the thing to get to the thing. But these are men who, to them, this sport is the end, if not a means to an end. And I think the results on the field, Coach, are a big part of the reason why they are the way they are, because of their dedication.
I mean, this is it for them.
Yeah, what is also really cool about this year in the playoffs, there's two head coaches that are first-year head coaches in the semifinals. Oak Forest's coach is a first-year coach, and St. Lawrence, Patrick Swanson, is a first-year
very cool
head coach. Yep. So, guys, it's not like this every year, so just get used to it.
Get used to it is right. That's for sure.
That's another cool aspect of this as well.
Yes.
So, all right, we're going to step aside. And go ahead, and I'm sorry. Oh,
sorry, the 1 minute mark. Sorry.
We're going to step aside and take a break. ABC News at the 7 o'clock hour. Don't go anywhere. We'll come back. Alan Thorson from Morris. We'll also have Tyler Plants from Providence, and your calls and DMs. Try to get to the DMs, Coach. There's a lot of them.
Yes, there are. There's a ton of them.
We'll do the best we can to hopefully answer some of those for you. But you have been listening to the semifinal edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, and that means game time. And just like your favorite team, you need the right defense. At the Drew Mormon State Farm Agency, located in Lamont and proudly serving the surrounding areas, we've got your back. From auto, home to life insurance, my team and I will help you make the winning play. And that's saving money while protecting what matters most. So don't wait for the fourth quarter. Switch today. Call the Drew Mormon Agency at 708-799-8020.
Will County's News Talk Sports, 1340.
From ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. President Trump facing backlash from both parties for his furious comments calling Democratic veterans in Congress traitors who should face the death penalty. The president angry over their video telling service members they can legally refuse illegal orders. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer saying of the president,
he's made political violence a feature of his politics.
House Speaker Mike Johnson says he doesn't agree with the president's choice of words, but says the original video was wrong.
I mean, what they did was, I think, unprecedented in American history, and it should be called out. And that's what the president is expressing, his frustration and concern about that. That is all of our concerns.
Federal investigators have released new details of the fatal crash of a UPS cargo jet that crashed out Louisville's airport earlier this month, including photos that show the moment the plane's engine detached and the first hypothesis for why the plane crashed. ABC's Mola Lengi has more from Washington.
The NTSB recovering the crucial parts of the plane from the scene. Now, zeroing in on the 34-year-old MD-11's left pylon, the component that attaches the engine to the wing, reporting they found evidence of fatigue cracks, in addition to areas of overstress failure.
The NTSB, Boeing, and the FAA grounding all MD-11s and DC-10s while they investigate whether the problem is widespread. Funeral services today for former Vice President Dick Cheney at Washington National Cathedral. Cheney's daughter, former Congresswoman Liz Cheney, spoke at the service.
There was no explicit mention of some of the political fights that her father engaged in recently with the current president. And since 2020, when Donald Trump contested the election results, and then, of course, the major backlash that Cheney put forward to the attack on the Capitol on January 6th.
ABC's Karen Travers. Neither President Trump nor Vice President Vance were invited to the service. On Wall Street today, the Dow falling 386 points. You're listening to ABC News.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
A major recall affecting tens of thousands of mid-size sedans. ABC's Mike Dubusky explains.
Kia is recalling more than 250,000 K5 sedans, and Hyundai is recalling more than 80,000 examples of the mechanically similar Sonata. The problem, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, is that damage to a particular valve could allow air into the fuel tank, which could end up melting and increasing the risk of a fire.
The U.S. government now amping up the search for a former Olympic snowboarder turned alleged drug kingpin.
Nearly a dozen people are now under arrest linked to Ryan Wedding, a Canadian member of the 2002 Winter Olympics team accused of running a criminal empire. Investigators say he has brought almost $1 billion worth of cocaine into the U.S. each year from Mexico and allegedly had his rivals and even witnesses who were set to testify against him murdered. FBI Director Kash Patel.
Ryan Wedding is a modern-day iteration of Pablo Escobar.
The FBI now raising its reward to find Wedding to $15 million for his arrest. Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Brazil's president confirms more than a dozen people at the COP30 climate summit were treated for smoke inhalation after a small fire broke out inside the venue Thursday. The fire forcing the venue's evacuation just as UN officials were working to negotiate a deal to strengthen international climate efforts amongst its members. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, head dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
It's football season, ladies and gentlemen, and that means game time. And just like your favorite team, you need the right defense. At the Drew Mormon State Farm Agency, located in Lamont and proudly serving the surrounding areas, we've got your back. From auto, home to life insurance, my team and I will help you make the winning play. And that's saving money while protecting what matters most. So don't wait for the fourth quarter. Switch today. Call the Drew Mormon Agency at 708-799-8020.
It's the biggest savings event of the year. Menards, 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day. Save big money on everything you need for any project. We've got something for everyone. Homeowners, contractors, DIYers, the kids, and even grandma. Hurry, Menards 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day.
Save big money at Menards.
11% mail-in rebate is a merchandise credit check. Good on future in-store purchases. See menards.com for details.
Times are tough right now, and no one should go to bed hungry. Hands of Hope of Illinois and the Joliet Hope Center are here to help. The Joliet Hope Center is not a food bank or a food pantry, but offers food and household items at deeply discounted suggested contributions. There's no residency requirements, and it's a private nonprofit 501c3 organization. The Joliet Hope Center is located at 511 Oakleaf Court in Joliet, right by the post office on McDonough Street. Find out more about the Joliet Hope Center at handsofhope.4u.org.
With Progressive's collision coverage, my family gets up to $1,000 for vet bills if I'm injured in a car accident. And that makes this Chihuahua really feel like part of the family. What's that? I don't sound like a Chihuahua? Oh, I'm sorry. What exactly am I supposed to sound like? I guess all Chihuahuas are high-strung, riding around in expensive designer purses. Actually, I prefer riding in cars. So I appreciate that my family protects me with Progressive's pet collision coverage. Okay, maybe I am a little high-strung. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and is subject to policy terms.
Black Friday pricing is happening right now at Tones TV in Crest Hill. Shop local.
No waiting in line, no shopping at midnight, no crowds. Just walk into Totems today and get Black Friday deals on top quality TVs from Sony, Samsung, LG, and more. Here's something most shoppers don't know. The big brands set the prices. So whether you buy at Totems or a big box store, the price is the same. But here's the catch. Those big box stores often sell club models of those same brands. They look almost identical, but use cheaper parts and don't last as long. Almost identical model numbers, but not the same TV. At Totems TV, you always get the highest quality models for the same price as the big box knockoffs, plus expert service. Shop local and save money. Pricing is valid now through Cyber Monday. Visit Totems TV in Crest Hill or shop online at totemstv.com.
High school football on 1340 WJOL.
And welcome back. It is hour number 2 of the semifinal edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL. Will County's News Talk Sports. EDGYTIM, along with the coach Joe Rodegaro, Evan Bredesen spinning the dials. Joe, this edition and every edition of Pigskin Preview brought to you by our State Farm agents, John Wright in Joliet and Drew Mormon in Lamont. Like a good neighbor is there.
State Farm is there.
Like a good neighbor, Joe. Sorry,
That's
screwed
right.
that one up. And
That's okay.
take two. By the way, I'd like to remind all of you that, first of all, Alan Thorson on the phone, so we don't want to keep him waiting very long. But want to remind you, our last show of the year, it's always very sad. Joe gets very emotional, will be December 4th, Thursday, December 4th from 6 to 8. We will have our 4 state champions to celebrate.
Yes.
We will have our awards to give away. It's just a darn good time. So we will remind you, follow social media. You can follow me at EDGYTIM on X. We will remind you. And then, Joe, if you haven't had enough of us by then, Joe and I will once again be making our our stage debut.
No, it's not the debut. We did last.
Just shush. It's a Wonderful Life, the final
show.
Showing ever.
Yes.
We are closing. Okay, we're not closing down the theater. We are closing down. Well, Joe, we might close down the theater. I don't
probably
know.
could.
Joe and I will take part again for the second straight year. We are part of it. By all means, get your tickets. I expect the Thorson family to be there, sitting in the closet. Yes, even your teenage daughters need to be there. You have to force them to go, like good parents do. So we are going to take part in that. And Joe, all I can tell you is that you will see a side of Coach Joe you have never seen before. If that doesn't get you there, I don't know what will.
Oh, boy.
So,
that's exciting, right, Alan?
Back to the football.
Yeah, let's get to some serious
Joining
stuff.
us is the head coach of your Morris Football Club. His name is Alan Thorson, and he gracefully gives us a few moments to talk. My friend, welcome aboard.
Oh, thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
I'm only kidding about showing up. You and your wife are expected, but your kids aren't there. Don't worry about it.
If you can get my teenage daughters on the same page as me, then you're a better dad than I am.
Yeah,
That's
no,
for sure.
I said that completely tongue-in-cheek. I know firsthand. Yeah, no, not happening. Congratulations. I mean, here we are again, knocking on the door, and another great year out of Morris.
Yeah. I mean, it's we've been here the last couple of years in this same spot, and now the plan, the goal is to hopefully get over that hump and get back to the state championship. It's been too long for us in Morris, and we're hoping to get over that hump. We know we've got a tough team ahead of us, that's for sure. But yeah, we're excited to be to have this opportunity, that's for sure.
But I know the last 2 years, Alan, you were banged up the last 2 years. How is the health of the team right now?
Yeah, that's probably the biggest difference right now. I mean, and taking nothing away from Joliet Catholic the last couple of years. I mean, great teams, and they deserve those wins. But we were limping into the semifinals the last 2 years with some pretty serious injuries to quarterbacks, to our running back. I mean, we were beat up, especially last year going in. And right now, knock on wood, this is probably the healthiest that we've been the entire season. We have every starter playing. Every starter is healthy. Bryce Varner, one of our receivers, a 3-year defensive back receiver for us, he had a broken collarbone week 2, so he was out for a pretty significant amount of the season. But he came back round 1 of the playoffs, and he just keeps getting better and better. We've had just the normal wear and tear that every team has throughout the season. But, right now we're very healthy, and that's another reason I think we're pretty optimistic right now.
Luck of the draw, have we done anything differently this year, or is it just literally it's working out in your favor?
Yeah, I don't think we're doing anything too differently. We did some things a little different in the off season. I think, I kind of caved and did the week 0 scrimmage. We've never done that before. Right. We did some summer scrimmages, which I've kind of stayed away from, fearful of injury. But I think, those things obviously helped us out. I think scheduling, having teams like Peoria on the schedule, Muhammad Seymour, some good non-conference scheduling has helped us to this point as well. But, from a scheme standpoint, from off-season training, all that, it's been very similar. I just think we've got a really group of kids that is gelling well together. I think every coach is going to say that at this point of the season, especially when you're still playing. But I think we've got a team that just really is a team. They play extremely well together. They get along. They're a very resilient group. So I just think, things are going really well for us right now.
And that senior class has been through these games the last few years, and that's got to help you and the coaching staff also. Yeah, for sure. I already mentioned guys like Bryce Varner, but we've got Logan Sparrow, who's a tight end defensive end for us. Chase Backert's another player. These are guys that are 3-year starters for us, so they've been there. Brogan Chelsvik, who's a junior, but he's a 3-year starter as well. So guys like Mick Smith. There's a lot of guys that have a lot of experience in these big games, big-time playoff games, quarters, semis last year. So, we feel like we've got the experience. These kids right now, they have a lot of confidence, and I think that's important, too, going into a game like this. Yes, for sure.
So you have played against and faced some tremendous teams over the years. You have seen high-level kids over the years. Where does this quarterback from Montini, Izzy Abrams, stand in your mind going into this game?
Oh, he's special. He's the real deal. A lot of times it's maybe a really good running back or, Joliet Catholic last year was just a size of their team. They just were a massive team across the board. But, this kid he's drawing a lot of our attention. I know our defensive staff is, he's got their full attention. I can promise you that. He's very accurate. He's obviously he's a tall quarterback with great pocket presence, tremendous arm, great accuracy. He's the real deal. He's probably as good of a quarterback as we've ever seen. That's that is definitely concerning on our part. So, I think we've got some good things schematically we're going to try to do to confuse him, give him some different looks. But he's going to make plays. You get any athlete like that, they're still going to make plays. So we're going to have to do our part. Obviously, we're going to have to score when we have the ball and try to, keep the ball out of their hands as much as we can. But, even as good as he is, he has looked human at times, not all the time, but he has made some mistakes. And there's some things that we've seen that even Coal City and some of the other teams have done that had some success that we're going to try to build off of.
Yeah, and the reason I bring him up, Alan, is obviously I've seen all these top quarterbacks, and I tell you what, if it's possible, I think this kid is still a little bit under the radar, because I'll tell you right now, I think he's as good as any one of these other guys that you hear about. I think he's that good, and I think that his ceiling is incredibly, incredibly high.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. And our kids know that, and they know exactly where they're going and who we're facing. But our message from our coaching staff pretty much the whole year. I would 100% agree. I think this is probably the best quarterback, probably the best athlete that we've seen. But we've gone against some other really good guys from other teams. And the message has always been, we need to be the better team. So we don't want to let one guy beat us. We want our 11 on the field to be better than that one guy. And that's not always easy. It's easier said than done sometimes. But I think we've had a lot of success with that throughout the year. And that's kind of been the message this whole week is, he's a good player, but our defense, our entire team's got to show up and play. And if we do that, like I said, I truthfully feel like we have a as good a chance as any to move on to the next round.
Alan, during the course of the year and reading the articles and in the playoffs, and your specialty teams have done a tremendous job all year long, but it seems like they've hit a kind of another gear here in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's something. So a few years ago, I gave up the offensive play calling. Justin Zink's our offensive coordinator. He does a great job. I mean, I think he's really one of the better OCs in the entire state. And it allowed me to kind of see both sides of the ball a little better. And then I've taken over the special teams. And that's something, we start every practice with special teams. We spend a lot of time on it, probably more than most. And I think it's benefited from us. Now, we haven't been perfect throughout the year. We've had a few hiccups from time to time, just like any team. But we probably, we've had a handful of kick returns, a couple punt returns for touchdowns, blocked punts, things like that. And that's what we stress. And especially in a game like this, you get a quarterback like that. We field position is going to be huge. We do not want to give him a short field. Yeah. So trying to make him fight the field, fight our defense for, hopefully 80, 90 yards instead of giving him a 50-yard field. Those things can all play a huge factor in the outcome of a game. So even our last game at Geneseo, they missed an extra point, and then they kind of got caught chasing points throughout the game. So even as simple as the extra points, those are huge when you get into these late-round playoff games.
Alan, I heard from more people that are obviously fans of high school football in Illinois, but kind of more casual fans. But, boy, I tell you what, when they saw that matchup last week pop up, Morris at Geneseo, I mean, people got excited. And how was that atmosphere? I got to imagine, obviously it was a great game. It was a very close game. But how was that overall atmosphere? It had to be pretty great, I would imagine.
Yeah, honestly, just from a pure atmosphere high school football game, I would say it's probably one of the, maybe even top 5 playoff games I've been a part of. Credit to the Geneseo people. They had a huge crowd on their side. I thought our fans, for not being, it's an hour and a half away from Morris, I thought our fans traveled extremely well. It was loud. Obviously, there was a lot of wind, too, so, it just kind of made it hard to hear. That was the first thing I heard the kids say after the game. It's probably the loudest atmosphere they've ever been in. So, I thought that was great for our kids. It was great for both communities, kind of an old-school throwback playoff game. Obviously, we were very glad to get the win, but, a game like that just tests you. It shows your character. And you talk about special teams. It came down to an onside kick that we recovered at the very end. One of our juniors came up with an outstanding play, probably the best onside kick I've seen in a while, and he just came up and made an outstanding grab to keep us alive. So, yeah, it was just a great high school game and everything you would expect in a quarterfinal game.
Yep. So, again, that game, 1 o'clock Saturday, Morris travels over to Lombard to take on Montini Catholic. Morris fans, a lot of good places to eat around there before or after the game. So, believe me, you can nice place to celebrate. You get your win on Saturday and go hit at a good restaurant before you head home. But, Alan, my friend, good luck. Go get them, okay?
Yes, good luck, Alan.
I appreciate it, guys. But like I said, it's always great talking to you guys, especially this time of year. Yes. We're still playing ball, so appreciate it.
All right, my friend. Good luck.
Good luck, buddy.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yep. All right, Alan Thorson joining us. And, Joe, you know what? It's big when my daughter goes, see, Morris is still in the playoffs, huh? Morris win? Did Morris win?
Yeah,
always wanting to know. So she's keeping tabs on it. It's pretty special when she's actually following it.
Yes, for sure. But Alan's right. I think I was going to mention this to him, but Coal City did at times move the football against Montini, but didn't finish. I think that's one of the things that Alan probably is talking to his people about. Once you get near that end zone, is to finish, and on the defense side of the ball, just prevent the explosive plays.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
I think they'll be right in this.
Izzy Abrams, the real deal.
Yeah.
The real deal. I think he's better than a certain quarterback that's been committed to Nebraska for a while. It's my own opinion. We'll see. Kid's got a lot of upside, Joe. Big-time athlete, great-sized kid. Yeah, Morris has got their hands full, but Morris doesn't back down from
No, they don't.
All right, step aside and take a break. When we come back, we will go out to the phone lines. Tyler Plants will join us. We'll find out what's the latest on the Emerald Isle. Don't go anywhere. It's the semifinal edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports.
This is State Farm agent John Wright. I'm a multiple-time winner of the Reader's Choice for one of the best insurance agents in the area. When you make the right decision, it feels good, like picking the perfect gift for your special someone. It feels real good to make the right insurance decision, too. The John Wright Insurance Agency is right here in Joliet to help you select the right protection at the right price. With me, State Farm agent John Wright, it's easy to make the right choice. Just call me when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Got a problem with your car? Call in this Thursday just after 9 a.m. and get answers from the experts. Every Thursday, the experts from the service department at Darcy Buick GMC will honestly answer your questions about any vehicle, any make, any model. Plus, get helpful tips for keeping your car in great shape for every season. Listen to Car Talk this Thursday after the 9 a.m. news, brought to you by Darcy Buick GMC on Essington Road in Joliet and at darcymotors.com. Listen right here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports.
A part of our community's rich tradition, St. Peter Evangelical Lutheran Church at 310 North Broadway Street in Joliet has been sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ for over 165 years and has the nation's longest-running continuous Sunday morning broadcast beginning in 1926. Reverend David Totsky, pastor of St. Peter's, invites you to join them in worship every Sunday for their divine service in person at 9 a.m. or on their radio broadcast at 11 a.m. here on 1340 WJOL.
We've all heard that it takes a village to raise a child. When biological parents are unable to raise their children, grandparents and other caring adults often step up to help. Will County Seniors Program, GRG Plus, partners with non-parental adults to access the community services that exist to support them and the children they care for. Children and the kin that raise them deserve a village that cares. Call Will County Seniors now.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things. Like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed. From small fixes to big upgrades. eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8 year old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensated for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
High school football on 1340 WJOL.
And welcome back. It is the semifinal edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL. Will County's News Talk Sports. EDGYTIM along with the coach Joe Rodegaro and Evan Bredesen dialing speedily, trying to connect with Tyler Plants. Joe, we hopefully will have the coach join us in a minute. Overall, your thoughts on, well, we'll talk to Tyler about Providence and his game in 5A. Just generally your thoughts in 8A. Is it Mount Carmel, the team to beat in your mind?
Oh, yes. Oh, without a doubt. Okay.
But obviously that other semifinal game is going to be pretty darn good.
Yes.
Between Lockport and
I agree.
Oswego.
I agree.
All right, we'll go out to the phone lines. Joining us on the phone lines, sounds like very busy over at the Plants residence. It sounds in the background. Joining us is Tyler Plant. Hello, sir.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, it was I saw the phone ring and I looked over. I was putting my little guy, we're watching Cars for the 900th time. And I was like, oh, shoot, we got a phone call. How you guys doing?
We're doing good. Congratulations. Good, yeah, Evans is like, hey, that's a great movie. You know, we'll watch
it. Great. 1, 2, and they just get better.
Yep, no doubt about it. Congratulations. Welcome to the semifinals and back to work this Saturday, 1 o'clock.
Yep, we're excited for it. The boys have had a great week, so we're really fired up to get one more opportunity to compete together over at Bishop Caffer. So we're really excited to play the game.
You got an opponent coming in Oak Forest, and obviously the last handful of years have just kind of been a little up and down. But I tell you what, this is a pretty senior-heavy group, and and a first-year head coach. I mean, you know a little bit about that. I think you made the championship game your first year, and this guy's in the semis. That's a pretty big accomplishment.
Yeah, without a doubt, they're a very well-coached team. They do a great job on special teams, great job offense, defense. He's definitely come in and done a really good job. So hats off to him, and then definitely hats off to the group to see the way that they've attacked this past season to put themselves in the situation they are right now. Very talented team on all sides of the ball. So, again, going to be a great challenge for us coming Saturday.
Going back to the Washington game, Tyler, 7-6 at halftime, and I don't know what you told those guys at halftime, but first play
worked.
It worked. First play, Macker goes 80 yards, and I thought that took the air out of them. And you were 5 for 5 in drives in the second half, and the defense really buckled down. And both running backs did a nice job. Even Dom Vita, other than the interception, and I think it was his first throw of the game, threw for 200 yards and a touchdown. But two guys kind of, and I mentioned to Edgy this one young man, Jackson Hutton. I said, this kid that I know in the front, he was over the center quite a bit, or in between the guard and the center. I said, that kid is really quick. I said, he reminds me of a young man at Providence when I was there, Nick Pasolano. And Edgy can tell you that's of high praise.
Very high praise.
Nick was an outstanding lineman. Jackson is bigger than he is, but I was just impressed with I think I called his name the first 5 or 6 running plays. I called his name out for first contact. That young man is a very good, and I heard he's only a freshman, and he's going to be a very good football player.
Well, he's exceptional. Yeah, he's got braces and baby face, and still just learning the game and scratching the surface. But what he can do is exceptional. I mean, it's awesome for him to be able to kind of see the way to play the position too, with Donovan Felice and Lamar Winfield right next to him, who are also two outstanding players. But to see Hutton initially, we had him with the freshman group, and we're like, he's pretty good. I should put him with the sophomores. So he's like carrying the ball and playing all over the place. And then it got to a point of the season where he got a little nicked up. And even in the summer, we saw him get off. So you don't want to make a freshman come all the way up. And then finally, we brought him up here, and he just excelled.
Yeah.
So just to see him just be able to flourish like this was exciting. And then also for him to, again, barely any time in the weight room, just scratching the surface of what he can do as a player. Really excited to see what he can do to finish out the season and over the next 3 years.
And another guy on offense, I don't know, maybe being a coach or whatever, I notice a lot of this stuff. But Curtis Stubbs, to me, had an outstanding game. I know he caught a touchdown pass and had 6 receptions for 87 yards. But what impressed me more than anything else with Curtis was the fact that his blocking downfield was very good.
Without a doubt, yeah. The way that he's been able to improve his game over the course of this year has been exceptional. Like, he's finally realizing, hey, dude, you're 6'3", 215. He's like, you say that. It's like, you're not a slot receiver. You're not this little guy trying to fit in cracks. Like, you could blow guys, blow past guys. Like, he's a dang near 4'5" guy. He's another guy now you're blowing past somebody. Well, next thing you're going to do is you're going to go dump him on his back, and you're going to catch the ball, and you're going to run through his face. Like, there's not, like, you're a matchup problem, man. Like, whether it be a safety or a corner, whether it be size or speed, like, you've got everything you need. And I think he's just kind of starting to realize that, honestly, where he's just such a humble kid and such a hard worker. And now he's kind of getting to the point of getting a little swagger to him and really starting to beat some people up. So I'm really, really, really proud of him. Like, he's going to be another kid where, as he's starting to really figure out what he's all about and what he can do, he's only going to continue to improve.
And I talk to a lot of these guys, not just your guys, but kids all over the state. And I'm not telling this to blow smoke up you, but a lot of those kids, a lot of those younger kids you have that have that talent, really good, down-to-earth, humble kids. And Mr. Stubbs is one of those as well. I really enjoy talking to him, and definitely a credit to you and your school, and certainly to the parents as well.
Without a doubt, yeah. We are really blessed with really some special kids. Obviously, a lot of them are very, very talented when they come out on the football field and the way they compete on the gridiron. So the way they do everything else is awesome. The way they're able to lean on each other, and I think you can see that a little bit in the way that we competed this year, where we've made some rookie mistakes or some goofy mistakes in games, and these guys haven't flinched. They've leaned on each other, and they've fought, and they've scratched, and they've clawed. And now they're kind of getting to the point where they're eliminating a lot of those mistakes, and things are moving a little bit smoother. But, again, testament to great character, testament to just kind of the gritty piece of each one of these guys where they're showing up and they're working, getting a little bit better every single day, taking coaching. When things go great, just being able to be humble, where that's been a really cool progression, and to see these kids just mature every practice and every game has been really, really special to be a part of.
So where did you and the wife go to dinner last Saturday?
Well, we actually went right down the street. So we live in downtown Frankfort. So we actually just went right down the street over here to Francesca's. So it's a good little spot.
Oh, yeah.
It's walking distance. We could push the stroller. So I got to make sure this week that we're able to get a babysitter so that she can truly get her one-on-one time. But
there you go.
It's always hard.
Good
It's
man.
like we always
Good man.
you want to leave them, but she doesn't want to leave them either. So it's always a rock and a hard place. But no, I've made the decision this Saturday after the game, just me and her for dinner.
There you go. You got to, Coach. You got to.
I mean, it's the least I could do for her. I owe her 900 million things, but yeah, the least I could do is take her out to dinner one-on-one. Not that she wants to. Maybe she just doesn't want to be talking to me one-on-one. But I don't blame her for that either.
Yeah. Well, again, it's great to hear. And as far as Oak Forest is concerned, I mean, obviously they're a pretty heavy option team. What are the concerns you have going into this game about them?
Well, the other concern is that we have their head dean is our defensive line coach right now, in Jason Thormeyer. So he's over there. I told him, what you could do is you could just suspend them all for Friday and Saturday. And that'll make everything a lot easier. Okay, so if we just do that, this team's really good. Take Chop off the field, you'll be okay.
Yep.
That'll help us out a lot come Saturday. But no, I mean, they're a great team. They're a tough team. They've got great team speed. They play together, and they're fired up. So again, they do. It's going to be a really, really fun match. It's going to be playoff football, and it's also going to be able to play a team. Usually you're traveling all over the place. To be able to play a team that's right down the street should bring a little bit more excitement to the game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You'll definitely. I mean, you guys always draw in the playoffs anyways.
Yes.
But yeah, it'll be a great. Is this your favorite round?
Yeah. I mean, we've had some great games in this one where you're still playing at a home field.
Exactly.
It's like all the juices. The schools are all excited. You're still walking up the hallway. Kids are talking about it. It's not quite the big dance, but it's pretty close. You just taste it. Everyone's alumni are able to come to the game, especially being able to play at home. This is the first time we've been able to do that. So we're really excited to be able to get some alumni and have one more time to be able to go out there as a group out there at this Caffer. So yeah, this is definitely the most fun round.
All right, my friend. Well, again, I hate to disappoint you, but we will not be calling you next Thursday unless you want us to. I can work it out. But,
well, we'll see.
Well, I think the business will be a little upset with you, Edge.
Yeah, I know, but we'll see. But again, pal, good luck Saturday. Go out and get it, and hey, maybe we'll have you in the studio in a couple weeks with a big shiny trophy. You can bring in.
That would be outstanding. We'll keep working towards that goal. I appreciate you guys for having me as always.
All right, Tyler.
I'll see you Saturday, Tyler.
Yes, sir. See you then, Coach.
All right. Tyler Plants joins us from Providence Catholic. And Joe, just excitement, obviously, and a guy that already has been to a state title game once. He hopes to get there and finish the job this time around.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. And they would play the winner of St. Francis and Belvedere North, who you saw Belvedere North, and Providence did play St. Francis early in the year. So they're very, very capable. They're playing very well right now, the Celtics. They are really playing well.
Belvedere North really surprised me how hard they play. I mean, they are like 5'0", 100 They come right at you, and they played Cary Grove really, really hard and got that win. I think St. Francis gets the win. I think they just do a little bit too much offensively. Cary was a really good matchup for Belvedere North because they run the same
run the ball. Yep.
But this offense is a lot different for St. Francis, and I think they're going to give Belvedere North trouble. So I think it's I picked. By the way, I picked Providence Catholic to win the state title on playoff pairing night. Thank you very much. I think it's going to be St. Francis Providence in the final.
So do I.
Evan?
I agree. I think it's going to be Providence and St. Francis in the final. I mean, the thing that intrigues me most and about both of those teams is what you mentioned, Edgy, is they can both do a little more offensively than maybe you think they can do. I think a lot of people with Providence is, all right, they're going to go gun spread, but they're going to run a lot of power. You know, they're going to pull weak side. Like it's going to be old school football out of a new school look. They can throw.
Yeah,
they can push the ball downfield. And as we saw last week against Washington, when they need to, I mean, Tyler has some very nice play designs. The way he was getting those backs out of the backfield, it's such a simple thing. Well, you just throw a little dump to a running back coming out of a backfield. If a defense isn't accounting for it, you can absolutely just chunk yards. And that second half, when they were 5 for 5, there were multiple times where they were just chunking yards with just very simple, quick slants, a quick out and up, a swing to a back, a screen pass. Nothing fancy. They just execute it so well, and it's so wonderfully designed and called at the perfect moment that they were able to get massive chunk plays in that second half.
All right, don't go anywhere. When we come back, it's going to be all you. We're going to have open phones for the last 15 minutes. The boys and I will go through every bracket. We'll give you every winner. And since this is technically the second to last show, of course, our last show will be Thursday, December 4th. And of course, you'll all buy tickets for It's a Wonderful Life to see us there. We'll have a recap show then. But in the meantime, this is the last 15-minute segment. So don't go anywhere. We're going to step aside, take a break. When we come back, we'll break down the playoffs for you. It's a semifinal edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News, Talk Sports.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people. But what's more, MediShare members like it. We know this from member surveys. They like it a lot. It's a proven thing now. MediShare's been around for over 30 years. It's a Christian community of hundreds of thousands of people now. And here's the thing, too. If you join before November 30th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they will waive your application fee. So you save $100 right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call and you'll get a price within 2 minutes. Again, the deadline is November 30th, so call now. You'll save even more. Here's the number. Call 877-26-BIBLE. That's 877-26-BIBLE. 877-26-BIBLE.
Winner, winner, turkey dinner. Save a little and win big this holiday with the Bree Credit Union's 12-month Save to Win Share Certificate. Each $25 you save earns you chances to win. Plus, the money you deposit into your Bree Save to Win account is yours, plus dividends. Not everyone will win a prize, but if you make regular deposits into your certificate, you will save more money. That's a win-win. A Bree offers you 2 ways to win. The first is with national prizes ranging from $25,000 to $5,000. The second is with a Bree's exclusive member-only prizes. Take the first step toward reaching your goals. Visit abricu.com to learn more and open your Save to Win certificate today. Have questions? Give us a call at 866-I-OWN-ACU. By member choice, this institution is not federally insured but privately insured up to $250,000 per account by American Share Insurance.
ACU. Hey guys, it's Scott Slocum. Feeling run down? Then it's time to feel like yourself again and go see Amy at Game Day Men's Health in Naperville. Amy and her team are helping men just like me lose weight, boost energy, and reignite confidence with testosterone therapy, peptides, GLPs, and if you're in need, sexual enhancement that gets real results. Call Amy at Game Day Men's Health in Naperville and start changing your life today. Call 331-GAME-DAY. That number again, 331-GAME-DAY. Locally owned, locally operated. Call 331-GAME-DAY today.
Miller Lite presents your Chicago football game day headquarters, Stony Point Grill in Mokina. This
Sunday, Pittsburgh invades Chicago, and you can catch all of the game day action on over 65 flat screens at Stony Point Grill in Mokina, featuring $1 bone-in or boneless chicken wings, 1/2 chili point nachos for $8, along with $4.50 Miller Lite and Coors Light drafts, and $15 Miller Lite and Coors Light buckets. Stony Point Grill, 19031 Old LaGrange Road, Mokina. Celebrate responsibly.
Oh, no. Stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
When you call or text 988, you're not talking to a machine. You're talking to someone like me. I'm here to listen to you and hear your story. You don't have to have all the words or know exactly what to say. I'll meet you where you are. Whether you're feeling hopeless, overwhelmed, or just need someone to talk to, we're here 24/7 because your life matters. Call or text 988. Let's find hope together.
Your official home for Joliet and Will County sports is 1340 WJOL.
Welcome back. It is a semifinal edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports. EDGYTIM, along with the coach Joe Rodegaro, Evan Bredesen, spinning the dials and open phone lines. 815-254-7300. You want to talk about the upcoming semifinals? You want to project out a little bit? We can do that for you too. Coach Joe, Evan?
Yes, sir.
Let's rock and roll. Ready?
Yes.
8A. Fremd at Mount Carmel.
Mount Carmel.
Lockport at Oswego.
I'm going to say Lockport.
Me too.
I like Lockport only because I think they can do a little more defensively. I think they can throw some confusing stuff at them that they maybe haven't seen yet this year.
I will come back to your state final winners at the end. 7A. Batavia at St. Rita.
I'm going to go with Rita.
Ooh, I'll go Batavia.
All right.
Against Brother Rice.
Rice.
Anyone?
No, Rice.
Fenwick at Naz. Very interesting game.
Boy, this is a tough one. This is almost like a coin flip to me.
Joe, I'm going to quote one of the greatest movies ever. I can't do that on the air. I might get our license.
Naz. Then we're going to go Naz.
Naz. East St. Louis.
East St. Louis.
Evan?
Yeah, East St. Louis.
I'm just checking. Belvedere North hosting St. Francis.
We've already discussed that, St. Francis.
St. Francis, Providence.
Joe, your audience is always changing in radio. Remember that, okay?
Yes.
There's someone joining the show that didn't hear the earlier segment.
Okay.
They can hit rewind on the
St.
live
Francis
stream.
versus Providence.
Thank you. 4A, Morris at Montini.
Boy, I'd love to pick Morris, but I'm going to go with Montini.
Same.
Yeah, I'll go with Montini.
Rochester.
Rochester.
Yeah, Rochester.
3A, Byron Richmond Burton.
Byron.
Or as I used to call him, Richard Burton.
Richard Burton. I'm going to go with Byron.
Yeah, I'll say Byron.
How did Byron get a 2 seed here? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I know. Well, there were like 12 undefeated teams.
That's true.
Tolono, St. Joe Ogden.
St. Joe Ogden.
Me too.
Yeah, I'll go St. Joe Ogden too.
That's an upset seed actually, advancing deep. 2A, Wilmington taking on, I'll say Maroa.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yep.
1A. I'm going Lena Winslow.
So am I.
I think second time around they get Stockton. I predict they will take on Hardin Calhoun.
I'm going to say Mount Sterling Brown.
I'm going to go Lena Winslow, Mount Sterling Brown.
Oh, Brown County. I'm sorry.
Brown County.
People know it as Brown County. Northerners. Damn Northerners. All right. 815-254-7300. Phone line is open. You have thoughts? We're here for it. Joe?
Sir.
8A state title winner is?
Mount Carmel.
I know. Same here.
They're just too good.
Evan?
Yeah, Mount Carmel.
7A?
Brother Rice.
Brother Rice.
I'll say Brother Rice.
6A?
East St. Louis.
East St. Louis.
Saint of East St. Louis, another Catholic school. 5A.
Providence
I'm
Catholic.
going to go Providence.
Oh, my Lord. Here we go. Another one. Providence Catholic. Comes another one. 4A.
I'm going Rochester.
I'm going Montini.
I'll go with Montini also.
3A. St. Joe Ogden is not a Catholic school. I want to make that clear
No,
for
it's a
everyone out
town.
there.
It's a town.
Yes, I know, Joe. I'm letting the listeners know.
No, do you know how many people during the week I
think
end
it
up
is
clarifying that for? Like,
yes.
no, the Catholic school one, like St. Joe Ogden doesn't count. It's not.
St. Joe Ogden is just outside of
Byron. Byron is not a Catholic school. They just play like one.
Yeah, I'm picking Byron.
And they're going to win too, also.
2A, Wilmington.
Wilmington.
We'll have Jeff and them in the studio. 1A, Lena.
Lena,
I'm going to go with there.
Well, we're all pretty boring, boys. We're all kind of going with chalk, and well,
which means it's going to be an absolute mess, and it's going to be a bunch of teams no one saw coming.
Yeah, exactly.
Follow your bookies accordingly, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Oh, no, we can't do that yet, Evan. Not yet. Just wait. Just wait.
I want to shout out to a gentleman who DM'd us right away, Brian Stone, and just say hello to him. And
he had a question.
Tell Mom and Dad, wish them a happy Thanksgiving from the Rodrigueros.
Did you see his question by chance?
I didn't see his question.
Okay, I didn't either. He wanted to know something about
Batavia or Brother Rice.
Brother Rice.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he said, my bad, Batavia or St. Rita, and that one we were kind of split on.
Yeah.
Joe and I went St. Rita.
I went Batavia.
Edge went Batavia.
But it's a coin flip, honestly. I said that in my pick. Reminder, last Pigskin will be December 4th, Thursday, 6 to 8. We'll have all kinds of fun and nonsense, hopefully a couple state champions in here. I included this in your preparation packages today.
Yep.
Just to look at the area in general. 13 teams made the playoffs. Gentlemen, Player of the Year. Who are candidates?
Well, I think
Jonas.
I think Ryan Kepman from Wilmington.
Yep. Who else? I'll throw in TJ Lewis from Bolingbrook.
Yes.
Who's had a very nice year.
Ebukar from West, I thought.
Like Providence, who would you put in?
Boy, that's
kind of tough. I mean, second
It was
half,
kind of what Tyler was talking about, where it's a veteran team and there's not one guy. And the reason they're so tough in the playoffs is
because there's not one guy.
There's not one guy.
If there is one guy, I would pick Macker.
Yeah.
If there's one guy.
Second half, he's really
I mean, you could mold the offensive line together and say, I mean, they're that good.
You can't do that. I know you can't. You should, but you can't.
But I would.
And even George in Lockport. Chris Miller.
Or Metcher. Yeah.
Metcher. But their numbers aren't going to blow you away.
No, but they're important for the team.
Beninitis plays both ways. Maybe.
More defense and all, but yeah. But and again,
I think it's Miller probably if you have to pick someone from Lockport.
But when Beninitis came back healthy, that's when
made a difference.
They made a huge difference.
Yeah. Kepman's a good name.
I agree.
Jonas missed the 2 games. I mean, yeah, he set a couple of career records, but I don't know. It's an interesting conversation. Joe, we'll have to have that conversation.
We will.
815-254-7300. Oh, we're going to have it before then. Trust me.
Yeah, we will.
Coach of the Year? Well, you can always pick Jeff every year. Tyler's had a nice run. Certainly under
George is right there, in my opinion.
What about I was just going to say
Especially George starting 1-3.
Well, and they started 1-3, and when they were 1-3, what did we say going into week 5?
They could go on a run.
I vividly remembering Mr. EDGYTIM saying, if they win this week, they could go on a run, and they might not lose for a really long time.
And that's exactly what happened.
And that's exactly what happened.
Yes.
I think George has got to be in consideration.
I think so too.
Especially with how they're doing it and who they're doing it against.
Mm-hmm.
To me, there's a level of of coaching that's at play, at least in last week's game, where you've got to tip your cap to it.
TK's Pettigrew.
Yeah, I think
that's a nice year he had.
It is.
Especially when people are like, what's Bolingbrook going to do this year?
Two back-to-back 3 and 6 years. His first 2 years.
And then they come out this year. They play kind of a different style.
Had a bad early loss.
Where we were wondering where
got blown out by Oswego.
Where in past years, that's how they ended up 3 and 6. They had a bad loss early and things kind of folded in. They played offense differently than they had the last couple of years, with different results.
Our buddy over at Plainfield East.
That's Sakala. Yep.
Had a nice year. So there's definitely some worthy candidates, and obviously Z. We don't need to mention. I mean, you can consider him every year as well.
Yep.
Alan Thorson, you can consider every year.
Yeah,
Francis Loughran. They had a nice run this year. Just kind of ran into a buzzsaw.
Yep.
We
have a lot of good coaches in this area.
Well, and then the 2 Lincoln Ways who continue to get better.
Yes.
So it'll be interesting. Some teams to watch. Obviously, Providence still brings back a lot of young talent for next year. We mentioned Bolingbrook, 17 starters back.
Oof.
That'll be big.
Oof.
I was putting my head around it a little bit. I don't know what to expect from East next year.
They'll be good.
Think so?
Yeah, they'll be good.
I mean, they're always
They're
good.
not going to have a super.
I know what you're saying,
but they'll be good.
Here's what I'm interested in seeing. I want to see. All right, we saw Central and West last year take the first step. We saw them take the second step, both programs this year. Now next year, this is when I expect to see games this week. Yep. Like, I know that's a lofty expectation, and I know both those programs are losing things, but those coaches there are building something where there is now an expectation of, hey, we're not here to play week 10 and say, oh, that was a great season. They're here to play in week 13 and week 14, and now we need to see the results. And I think next year we could see both those programs take a step.
Who are we missing? 815-254-7300.
I'm going to give you another one.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the reason why I go out and watch sophomore games. Joliet Catholic is going to be back up next year.
Okay.
I've
heard good
the lines
talent
coming back. I don't know if the sophomore quarterback was a freshman or a sophomore. I really don't know. Control the football. Sophomores had a nice team this year for Joliet Catholic.
Okay, very good. Ronnie Saba, is that Saba? S-A-B-A?
Saba.
Yep. Ronnie mentions Owen York out of Wheaton South. Yeah, Ronnie, that's a very good name. We're talking more Will County, WJOL area.
Local, yes.
So just so you don't think
that is a nice year, though.
Yeah, he's had a really good year. He's been a really good running back for the last couple of years for them, for sure.
He kind of pulled them back out. Because there was a period of time there towards the end of Ron Muhich's run and afterwards where it was like, what happened to Wheaton Warrenville South? And Wheaton North kind of stepped up, and they became the preeminent team in that town.
Yep.
Then there was kind of a battle, and I know there was a lot going on with district lines and who was going to what school and what schools were feeding into which programs, and that's always a thing out in Wheaton, and it always has been for a long time. But he's a nice player, and he kind of put Wheaton Warrenville South at least. Got them back in that conversation of talking about high school football again, which is nice because high school football is better when programs like that are good.
Right. No doubt about it. Carmine, hey, how you doing? Out on the listener DM line on YouTube Live says outside of Mount Carmel, nobody's hotter than Wilmington right now. That's kind of hard to argue with.
I totally agree with you, Carmine.
Hard to argue with that thinking, Carmine.
The scary thing about Wilmington, and this is what Coach Joe told me when he saw them early in the playoffs.
That they're scoring in 3 plays every time they have the ball?
He said it's not that 15, 16 play drive, heavyweight prize fight. They'll lean on you and wear you out for the second half.
They're throwing haymakers first round.
They are, if this makes sense, they are an aggressive running team.
Yes.
A lot of people think running game is being conservative. When they run the football, they run with an aggressive nature. Like, they run with the expectation of a chunk play. They run with the expectation of a big play. Like, they expect those things to happen.
And as Jeff mentioned his name, you got to give a tremendous amount of credit to Barry Southall.
Yeah.
That
doubt.
gentleman knows what he's doing.
Yeah, no doubt.
How hard is that, by the way, too, though? Like when you're an offensive coordinator and it's like, hey, you're taking over. Who am I taking over for? Well, the field's named after him. He's been here for 30 years and he's won multiple state championships. Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah. The problem there is that when Jeff decides to retire, so's a lot of those guys going to probably do it too.
Yeah. Oh, it'll be we'll get to see those guys when we have the induction ceremony with the gigantic inflatable.
Oh, of course.
We'll get to see them. Yeah. So, yep. Can't wait for that day, Joe.
No.
Let's hope it's not real windy. That could be a problem.
Yeah, we could be flying away.
Hook 'em horns, buddy.
Yeah.
Right on. All right, we got about 2 minutes left. We're not going to do our thank yous. We do that in the final show.
Right.
But I want to thank you guys. This is obviously, I don't think we're going to have the same size audience in 2 weeks that we have now. Totally understandable. But we'd love to have you come back in 2 weeks for our wrap-up. But in the meantime, everyone watching, everyone listening, I mean, you guys are the reason we do this. I mean, yeah, Joe and I enjoy talking to each other, but, it's a lot more fun when you guys join us.
Yes.
And we love doing this and hope you guys enjoy it too. We, again, it's an honor to be here every year. Some years more than others, but it's always fun. And we have the best guy in the business spinning the dials and take care of everything behind us. And he's a big reason why we keep coming back every year as well. So that's going to do it. So for everyone here at 1340, have a great Thanksgiving.
Yes.
We will talk to you December 4th. And hey, we'll see you at the state titles. This is Edgy Tim. This has been the quarterfinal, the semifinal edition of Pigskin Preview here at 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports. Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Thanksgiving is coming, and men like Kevin are unhoused and hungry.
Every Thanksgiving was a bad Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is supposed to be a time to be with your family, just sharing the food, hugs, and I would just say it was unbearable.
This holiday season, hope begins with a meal at Morningstar Mission.
It was wonderful to have the cranberry sauce, the turkey, the gravy, the potatoes. It kind of brought a tear to my eye because by offering me that food, they gave me some hope.
It's easy to provide hope this Thanksgiving at Morningstar Mission. All it takes is just $2.56, and each gift will provide a meal, shelter,